All right. So first off, I wanted to cover just because again, this is very top of mind for me every single day, weekends, whatever. Even though I took that week off, I'm still looking at this stuff because I'm a super nerd. I always want to know what's new, what's happening. What are the results of some of the tests we're running. So I wanted to help you guys out with some last minute Black Friday, Cyber Monday strategy tips and some insights, some things that we're finding as well. So Michael, first off, I wanted to mention in terms of Black Friday, Cyber Monday there's some interesting. I didn't actually go into October knowing this. It wasn't until I saw some research on this that this is actually technically going to be a much shorter holiday shopping period than we've had in the past. So it's actually going to be five fewer days between Cyber Monday and Christmas. So the holiday shoppers, that sort of peak shopping period, is going to be a little bit smaller than we're used to by a full 5 days. It might not sound like much on the surface, when you go back in your data and you look at some of those daily numbers in November, that's a lot of money for a lot of businesses. What does that mean, right? So, Michael, I'd love to hear your thoughts. I just want to say off the bat, it's probably going to mean earlier promotions, which we've been seeing for major retailers since the second week of October, the
Yeah.
Walmarts of the world and stuff. They also know this stuff. They're recognizing it. So they're doing a lot of promotions. I know you're not big on like the whole, cutting into your margins and
Yeah,
stuff,
yeah, yeah.
but curious, are you guys seeing that? What things are you guys trying to implement to take advantage?
So firstly, I'd love a bit more context on that five fewer days. How
Yeah.
how does that work?
Thanksgiving is falling later in November than last year, so it ends
Okay.
up being a smaller gap
Okay.
in between the Cyber Monday, Black Friday, and Christmas. So you get
Okay, I
five fewer
understand. Yeah,
days
beautiful.
between that period. Yep.
Interesting, interesting. So
Yep.
let's loop back to the question.
Okay.
What are we the question is what are we seeing or what are we doing?
Well, it's up to you. Whatever you want to do with it, man. It's your mic. If you want
Yeah,
to talk
so
about things you guys are seeing or things you guys are implementing this Monday, Black Friday, let us know.
so the trend I've seen across our clients October, and the thing is that this is based on data, and then we go to the hypothetical is year on year revenue's been up, but the ROAS has been either down a little bit, um, but the results are still strong. And then it looked like it dropped for like multiple clients in the last week or two in October. But then now already November's already had a huge boom across heaps of clients in e-commerce. Now, in terms of promotions, all of our clients have been, even if they didn't want to do promotions, they've started to do kind of like indirect promotions. So I think it's kind of like there is a bit of that hype where you just like, even if you don't want to kind of discount and lose profit, you still got to kind of buy into the market sentiment a bit. So I've got a lot of clients who have been running promotions since October, and that's fine. And they're going well. And it's just like, I think it's just to kind of keep people in the loop because it's kind of an expectation in the market that people are holding on to cash a little bit, waiting for those Black Friday sales. But also, I think everyone knows that Black Friday is not the Black Friday day, it's the Black
No,
Friday week, month,
week. Yeah.
season,
Mm-hmm.
essentially. So I think people now are just like, as soon as a promotion come up, they know that this is the Black Friday promotion. There's
Yep.
no like one Black Friday where you're going to get 70% off like some iPhone. It's really just going to be like this season is like the week or the fortnight or the 3 weeks. That's the discount. I think the clients I'm working with, they're just doing that as well. Then none of them are like on Black Friday, we're doing this one thing. It's like for the week before, the weeks before, that's it.
Yeah.
That's,
Like it.
yeah. What about
I
you,
was
mate?
going to say, I mean, definitely earlier promotions, definitely trying to get
Yeah.
things going and to build an audience for November. I feel like we're getting more informed brands that are understanding that, you know what, we got to kind of cut into profits a little bit end of October, especially when they work with me and I can give them sort of the breakdowns of seasonality based on past data. If we have good data for that, we can say, we are expecting kind of a poop emoji last couple of weeks of October. Yeah, it just kind of is what it is. It's not going to be as great as we would love,
Yeah.
but that's expected, right? That's the
Yeah.
idea, right? We can say, guys, this is not going to be a surprise to us, but it's okay because we do want to use this time to experiment a little bit with building more of an audience, funding more of our advertisements to see what happens compared to past Novembers where we cut budgets around this time, right? So we're able to do that. I also want to say too is we have seen an increase and by we, I mean me and my brands that I work with, increased demand for expedited shipping. That has been interesting, but not
Yes.
surprising when you think about it, right? Because
Yep.
people understand, like, I don't have as much time in between these days. Well, I've got to get this going. And I think there's
Yeah.
also just a sort of every year that this happens, or people get all these things, they get more and more impatient with getting the gifts in time for Christmas because they've
Yeah.
gotten screwed in the past. So I'm also seeing that as well inside the data. Yep, not a big surprise.
I only buy from Amazon. I
Yeah,
just know if I wanted that delivery the next day. And I think that's part of I think retailers and e-commerce businesses need to understand that Amazon are setting an expectation for fast delivery. So when you're saying expedited delivery, I think that's just going to be a norm. Like people want what they want fast. They don't want that Temu 28 day. They want that, like, I get it in the next few days
yeah,
type of thing.
that's true.
So I think
Amazon has
that
played a
that's a
big
really
part in that
important point
sentiment.
you've said there, because I think that would be a lot of people have stock levels and delivery times are going to be a huge factor beyond just price.
Yep, absolutely. Now I know the port strike on the east coast of the U.S. did affect some businesses in terms of getting inventory ready
Mm.
for November. A lot of that has been, that got settled, of course, in terms of the strike. But I know it did create some delays for a couple clients, but we seem to be okay now. But I know for some clients that did cause some hiccups. Luckily, it wasn't closer to Black Friday, Cyber Monday, or else
Yeah.
inventory issues would be an issue. I want to also hit our watchers and listeners with an interesting study that was done by Deloitte. So 40% of U.S. consumers plan to complete all seasonal shopping during the 4-day sales period between Black Friday and Cyber Monday. 40%
Wow.
of consumers in the U.S. plan to buy all their seasonal shopping in that time
Yeah.
period. Now that's big, folks. That's like, in other words, if you don't usually run promotions, you've been considering it this year. It sounds like it's going to be a big deal.
Yeah.
Yeah, so definitely a big one. Highly recommend. That's a lot of shopping that's going to happen in a
Yeah.
very short period of time. So,
And I think the good news for a lot of people is it's weeks before the holidays or Christmas, depends on your religion. But the reality is that I think people, if you just get it done in a few days, and then over the next few weeks, you're getting all your deliveries, you don't need to go out for shopping. You don't need to do anything. You don't need to be going through like shopping malls and other things. Actually, that makes sense because I was thinking about that yesterday. Like, I just want to do like one bulk buy of like all the presents I do, and then that's done.
yep.
And why not do it when it's weeks out from Christmas or holidays? Let's be
Yeah.
politically correct. And weeks out from the holidays, and also when things are on a better price.
This is also just my own theory. I have no data to back this, so mute me if you want to. But I'm just curious because I think partly too, we've sort of become so accustomed to these deals that we understand the difference in promo for most products and services is not dramatically different at the end of October than it is for
Yeah.
Black Friday, Cyber Monday. So we're just like, I just rather get it done now. Maybe I'll save an
Yeah.
extra 10% or 5%, but hey, these guys never do promotions. They're doing it now. It's the end of October. I want to be prepared. I don't want to be last minute shopper again and run it into inventory issues or whatever. I'm just going to order it now. So I think
Yeah.
that plays a part. Again, I don't have any data to support that, but I would think that it makes a little bit of common
Mm.
sense. So
There would be people, like, obviously we have our own confirmation bias and echo chambers. Like, I agree with you, but I'm like, no, there's actually probably people who actually do wait out for it. Like,
oh
really
yeah,
do, like,
of
have
course.
products they've been holding, like, in a shopping basket or in, like, a spreadsheet. They're like, I'm waiting for Black Friday.
Yeah.
But, like, I don't know about you, man, but I haven't seen anything go on, like, epic sale on Black Friday. It's the same, like, every client, every business I see, they mainly run the same specials throughout the year. They're just playing into it like, going to a family event where they're like, yeah, I'm going here, but I'm pretending to be happy, but I don't really want to be here.
No, I definitely do. I see huge promotions,
Really?
courses, like high
Oh,
ticket item stuff.
yeah, okay.
Some advertisers, some of my clients, we rarely do promos. It's like we only do them once or twice a year. Let's say like
Wow.
Memorial
Okay.
Day and Black Friday. So in that case,
Okay, big shot.
we
Okay,
have to
okay.
no,
This is so great.
it's just reality, right?
Yeah, I
some
get you,
some
man.
advertisers definitely, when they do rare promotion, I think you're right though, when they do promotions throughout the year, and that's very consistent, I don't expect a dramatically different
Yeah.
promotion, and their consumer base is already kind of used to doing promos. It's like if
Yeah.
Udemy is doing another $10 sort of sale, and they do it for $8 for Black Friday, Cyber Monday, everyone's gonna be like, "Yeah, okay, cool. I wasn't gonna do
Yeah.
that anyway." Or I wasn't gonna do that anyway. So anyway, we got a lot of news to cover and not a
Nice,
lot
man.
of time. So shall we move to our news section?
Let's do it, bro.
All right, guys.